Welcome to this video on a flip through slash review of the warships of the late Tokugawa Conflicts, Japan 1853 to 1870 by William Warner. I've been requested to make this video and hopefully it'll be useful for those that are curious about this period in this book and don't know really what it looks like inside. It has 213 pages. Let's go ahead and take a look at the book. Okay, this is a self-published book, and it was published at CreateSpace. CreateSpace is an Amazon company, so when you order it, they print it, create it, and ship it. And when I did that through Amazon, I received it within a couple days, and I didn't even order rush or anything, so it was really quick. Table of contents, a lot of different topics, different periods within this 1853 to 1870 time frame in Japan. This gives an overview map of Japan. So it starts off by talking about the opening of Japan. That's when various empires, countries were sending ships to try and set up trade with Japan. So this initial period has various countries like the US, Great Britain, the Dutch, 1853 to 1864. A lot of good maps throughout this book, showing different battles and land campaigns as well, where things were taking place and which ships were involved. Okay, we get our first view of the many ship data sheets throughout this book. At the top, you'll see either country or clan name, the name of the ship, a sketch of the ship, and then an overhead view of the deck showing the layout of the guns, and some stats about the ship, and then like a history of the ship. You know, when it was launched, maybe some battles it was in, and then late in its career, what happened to it. We also got some period diagrams of the ships and photos, paintings as well of the various ships, and as you can see, some of the conflict, some of the battles as well. So you can see your other countries' ships are showing up as well, not just Japanese ships. So now we're into another chapter in the book, these expeditions, 1864, 1866. And then the various ships involved in these expeditions. So it's sort of like now we're looking at leading up to the Boshin War. And then we get into the Boshin War itself. This is an interesting map showing where the ships started and where they made their way out, maybe split off, ran aground, or were sunk. And then the other faction here, this is the Imperial fleet, and this is the Shogunate fleet. So you got a letter code showing where those ships are and where they went, and a number code for the Imperial fleet. So this, something like this is a good layout for maybe a war game. You can set up your ships like that. So here you can see showing the overland movement of troops, as well as naval movement as well. So the book talks both about the naval and land campaign, the progress of these conflicts. In this case, we're in the Boshin War chapter. Okay, then we're looking at the Boshin War warship profiles. There's quite a few in this section. Then they've got a chapter on the naval development, their ships and their guns that they used. This section talks about the actual guns. Either they were manufacturing themselves or importing them in. A breakdown of the guns in the batteries at this one location, at these two different locations, and from what I can gather from this, this is pre-Boshin War breakdown. And just looking at the different guns, their stats, these different guns. Then a good section showing the flags that were on the ships from the different clans. Useful for modeling in that. Then the various other appendices. These are just some, from what I can gather, I believe these are just other shipping, not warships, but just freight ships. And sources, where he gathered the information. And then a good section right at the back here, where he's pulled out some rules that can be used for this era, and miniature suppliers as well. If you're interested, I ended up using Iron Fire 3rd Edition and Spithead miniatures. And that is it. So it's a good overview of this conflicts, Japan in this period, and useful information with the maps, the history, and the ship profiles. It appears that the book does not have an editor, and I think this book actually needed it, because I did find a fair amount of spelling mistakes and punctuation issues, and there was a section in the book that I found whole paragraphs that were completely repeated from one page to the next, and I don't think that is a printing issue. I believe it's an actual file. It's stored in the actual document itself. But other than that, I do recommend the book, and yes, look forward to talking with you in another video.